Hello fellow YouTubers, this is Kratos123 coming at you with a deck profile today of my Hero Glads. The last things I posted up was the duel between Kaimari 12 and I and his deck profile. Now I did have a video that was in that quality, but I found that I changed my deck a little too much. The deck was incomplete back then, and now I'm giving you a more complete version. So let's get on with the deck profile. First off, we're using 3 Gladiator Beast Laquari. He's your main beat stick of the deck, being a beast warrior. He comes out with 1800 attack points and a special summon from the deck, 2100. He's in there to beat face and special summon Heraklinos. Next, we're using 3 Gladiator Beast A Quest. Your winged beast of the deck, special summon him. He returns a Gladiator Beast card from your graveyard to your hand. It's very good for getting your War Chariot back to your hand for the loop. Next, we're using 2 Gladiator Beast Darius. He's your monster reborn of the deck. Special summon, when you special summon 1 Gladiator Beast from your graveyard to your field. Then, that makes it easy to Exceed or Fusion, or if you're using tuners in your deck, Synchro Summon. Next, we're using 2 Gladiator Beast Samnite. Now, the Gladiator Beast Samnite in this, because of the beast type as well, he can get stock cards to your hand from your deck. Mainly the War Chariot. That's the main reason why I use him. For the one-ofs, we have 1 Gladiator Beast Basari. I of course really don't have to explain why he's in there. Destroys back row and get you Gazaris. 1 Murmello. Again, really not much of an explanation. He comes out, destroys monsters, just like Bastari. 1 Rattari. Now I know a lot of people would actually just side Rattari, but I main deck him just in case, and I usually don't go to big tournaments. He also gets rid of those pesky cards like Treeborn Frog if I'm ever facing like Frog Monarchs. And lastly, we're using 1 Gladiator Beast Hoplomys. Just for defense, he's really good when you're playing first game, turn 1, you set it, your opponent doesn't know what it is, they'll attack and get some damage hit on them. So that's what Hoplomys is in there for. Next, we have 1 Tect in Test Tiger. Test Tiger I really like. I tried it at 2, it was okay at 2. 3 was just too much. He kept on getting stuck in your hand. So, I decided with 1, and 1's worked for me so far. For the heroes, we got 1 Stratos. He's in there to get Prisma to your hand. As well, if you already have a hero on the field, you can use the secondary ability to destroy a spell or trap card on the field. Of course, with that being said, we are using 2 Prisma. At first I was running 3, but I found that 3 was just too much. Here, of course, we all know what Prisma does. You reveal the fusion, and you get yourself a monster in the graveyard. He's mostly used for Bastari. For our spells now, because that's it for the monsters, we're using 2 Gladiator Beast Proving Ground. Of course, it's just a searcher to get the Gladiator Beast you want. Next, we're using 2 E-Emergency Calls. Again, just, of course, self-explanatory, it's just your search card to get your E-Heroes to your hand. For the tech, we have 2 Super Polymerizations. I've tried 3, but I found 3 was just too much, and it's really hard to say that for such a broken card. But, of course, as I thought that this is definitely still a Gladiator Beast deck, and you don't want to screw over the Gladiator Beasts by putting in too many E-Heroes. So 2 works just fine. Next, we are using 2 Smashing Grounds, just so I can destroy my opponent's monsters and get in for an attack. 1 Heavy Storm, pretty self-explanatory, staple. 1 Mystical Space Typhoon. And lastly, 1 Book of Moon. For the traps, we are using 2 Gladiator Beast War Chariot. Now, a lot of people will run 3, some people run 2. I find 2 is perfect in this build. With 3, I ended up drawing chariots I really didn't need. The quest gets it back to my hand, and the Sunlight searches for it, so I really don't need to have 3 in there. 2 is perfectly fine. For this deck, we're running 3 Horn of the Phantom Beast. Now, I find with decks like mine, where you're running so many beasts and beast warriors, I find it's almost a staple to be running in this deck. You could use things like Dimensional Prison But with Horn of the Phantom Beast, it boosts your monster's attack points by 800 and allows you draw, so it gives you some draw support in the deck. So that's my reason for running 3. Next we're running 2 Icarus attacks, to get some destruction in there. Next we have 3 compulsory evacuation devices. Now this is one of my favorite cards in the deck. Being able to bounce one of your opponent's monsters back to their hand is also pretty good. And as well, it bounces one of your own monsters in case you need it. Next we have 1 Mirror Force. Pretty self-explanatory. It's pretty much a staple. And that's all I can say about it. Just a staple. Next we have my favorite trap card, absolute favorite trap card of the deck. That I find if you're playing Gladiator Beast this format, it's pretty much a staple. Enough said. Waboku. Now you may be wondering, why Waboku? Well, it's chainable. And of course, if you're facing that Insector matchup, if they go to hit you with a Hornet, you chain that Waboku, they cannot OTK you that turn. They can of course keep activating Hornet and special summoning their monsters, but that puts them of course in a bad position for you to retaliate next turn with, say, a Dark Hole or a Gyzarus play. So really it could stop them in their tracks, or could harm them because they'll keep going on. So why is it so good against Diamond Rabbit? Well, say your opponent has a Logia. They attack your Gladiator Beast. You activate that Waboku. Now they are forced to negate Waboku, or forced to negate the Murmello that you bring out because of it. So this card takes off the cards from Logia. It is a very good card in Gladiator Beasts, but I find maybe only in Gladiator Beasts this format. So that's the deck. We're going to go into the fusion deck now. For the fusions we have 3 Heraklenos. You really only need 2, but I run 3 just in case. 2 Gladiator Beast Gyzarus. This you can definitely put at 3, but I do not have a third one right now. Probably the best card in the deck, monster wise. Being able to pop 2 cards, attack, tag out, just good. 1 Esidari. I only run 1 because I only have 1. All he is a 2500 vanilla. Just beats face. For our heroes, we have 2 Shinings to get rid of those light monsters. 1 Nova Master for fire and some draw support. 1 Elemental Hero, Absolute Zero. 1 Elemental Hero Gaia. 1 Elemental Hero Great Tornado. And lastly for the fusions, 1 Dragon Knight Draco Quest. Now the reason why I use Dragon Knight Draco Quest is because people are maining and siding Starlight Road. And for the Exceeds I only run 1, and that is Utopia. Just in there. He's easy to bring out with Darius, and he can negate attacks if your opponent gets something too big. So that's the deck. Comment, rate, subscribe, press the like button if you liked the video, favorite it if you've liked it. If you got any ideas for this deck, or got any questions for this deck, comment in the comment section below, and I'll let you know. This is Kratos123, signing out.